And we are live and we are back. Live, Workvine 209, Eric and Linda. We had a little break on Tuesday because of the 4th. We thought, we need a little break too. But I am Eric.
And I'm Linda. And in our pivot, we're interviewing dynamic people. This month of July, we are focusing on minority women in business and leadership. And to kick it off, we got a spectacular, dynamic person, dynamic Lady J on the show. I'm going to have Eric introduce her.
Well, she's dynamic. Linda said it, right? She is dynamic, a friend of mine. I actually grew up with her, and she's doing some wonderful things over in the city of Oakland and the city of Tracy. She's the founder of an organization that she'll be able to share with you. Spectacular woman of God who has a couple different businesses that she'll share. And I just want to welcome her to the show, Miss Jeralyn Blueford.
Hi, Linda. Hi, Eric.
Hi. Hey, Jeralyn, how are you?
I am fantastic. Thank you for having me.
Good. Welcome to the show. We're happy to have you. I mean, you're the first this month for, minority women-owned businesses. And, we just want you to share, some of your business. I know you have a bunch of things going on, but to share a few of them, with the people and encourage them in business. We have a lot of women entrepreneurs that come to us. They're like, how did we get started? What do we do? I want to start a nonprofit, a for-profit. And so I think you can kind of hammer that out for our viewers today. So let's start off by talking a little bit about the Jeralyn Blueford Foundation and the center located in Oakland.
Okay, thank you. Well, in May 6, 2012, my 18-year-old son, Alan, was 2 weeks away from his high school graduation. And he was in the city of Oakland. He was with a couple of friends. Unfortunately, Alan was racially profiled by a rogue officer that used to be with the Oakland Police Department. And the police officer had a history of bad acts. He was a veteran from the Iraq War who suffered with post-traumatic stress disorder, to his claim. And he racially profiled several people. But he profiled my son. He beat up a couple of my son's friends, throwing them on the ground. And my son ran. He chased him 5 city blocks. He shot himself in the foot after turning off his lapel camera. And my son fell to the ground, and he stood over him and shot him 3 times center mass. And from that day, of course, we were devastated. We had to stand up and fight because he told a lie and said that my son had shot him. And we investigated. We had to hire personal attorneys and get Alan's true story. He never had a gun. He never had gun powder on his fingers, anything like that. And after finding out that the police officer shot himself and lied, and that he blamed the city of Oakland for hiring him, he said it was their fault. We sued the city of Oakland for Alan's civil rights. Again, something that's happening all too familiar. But out of our tragedy, my husband is Adam Dwayne Blueford Sr., and we decided to establish a foundation in honor of our son, and it's called the Jeralyn Blueford Foundation. And through the foundation, we do awareness for the community. We do a lot of community outreach for families just like ours who suffer from traumatic loss, depression, anxiety, all kinds of things that go on when something like this happens. And we took our pain and we turned it into a purpose to help heal the community. And so the Jeralyn Blueford Foundation is housed here in Tracy, where I have my home office, but we also have a center along with my co-director and partner for the Jeralyn Blueford Center for Justice. And it's a place to help heal the community. It's at 2434 Telegraph in Oakland. And what we like to focus on is healing and empowering our community and embracing those with pain and suffering, but are able to share our story and to share our love and help heal the hearts of the community. So we have a lot of outreach there, and a lot of kids come there that know Alan or went to school with Alan, and they come there and they do like awareness through their art. So there's a lot of poetry. We have First Fridays. There's ciphers through hip hop, and they do poetry. They do art. There's murals. There's hip hop, rap. There's singing, and people use their artistic gifts to spread awareness. And it's absolutely wonderful to see the young people come forth. They talk about Alan, a lot of people that he knew, but a lot of people that only learned about Alan and have known him since he's not here physically, but they know his spirit. And they come there and they talk about the warm feeling and they get excited. There's young people that volunteer within the foundation to march, to spread the word. I mean, it is just an amazing thing to see. It's amazing to be a part of. It's amazing to help heal the hearts because as you know, in the word of God, it says that he would heal the broken hearts and bind up their wounds. And that's what he's done for me personally. My heart was broken into a million trillion pieces, Eric and Linda. And God, I lived through anger for a really long time. I was in a ball crying. I wore the same sweatpants for 3 days. My family was trying to pull me up. But when you have such a devastating loss like that, it's very hard to pull yourself together. But God will never leave us or forsake us.
Yes.
And turn to him is where he started putting those pieces back together. And just as the word says, bind up our wounds, he began to clean my wounds. He put Neosporin over my wounds. He took the gauze and wrapped my wounds. He took the bandage and he wrapped my heart, and he just started putting it back together and healing me. And the more he put me together, the more I went fiercely to fight for justice for those who are unjustly murdered, to fight for mothers who don't have the need or the will to live on, to fight for families who suffer, because you forget all about the brothers, the sisters, the cousins, the aunts who are broken also. And I was just so grateful to God that he allowed me to be an example and he allowed me to do things to help. And so, yes, we marched, and yes, we fought, and yes, we keep talking until our voices are heard, because we as families, minorities or not, we need to have a seat at the table. We're not just talking about the problems in social justice. We are talking about the solutions to the problems. And we want those officers that are not able to do that kind of work. Because don't get me wrong. Now, there's some good officers. There's some good people who work within the justice system, and we want to help them. We want to lift them up in prayer and also support. But at the same time, those bad actors, they gotta go. Those bad prosecutors, they gotta go. We need to train up our kids to go to school, get a good education, so they can be the lawyers, so they can be the judges, so they can fight for the rights of our people. And so that's what we do. We empower education at the center. We're in a negotiation to have a job training there to teach kids about maritime, to work within the union. So we want them to be longshoremen. We want them to be air traffic controllers. We want to give them the opportunity to work within a union, so they have the brothership, the sisterhood, the brotherhood, so they're supportive, so that they can in turn go out and fight socially as well. So there's a lot of programs. I can't tell you everything that's going on, all the events, but anytime you want to just come down and check us out after we get off of social distancing. I want everybody to practice a safe 6.
Yes.
Wear your mask.
Yes.
Yeah, it is important. I mean, I applaud you. I mean, you turned the strategy into something very positive and powerful for the community. I mean, you're allowing kids to be able to come in and do their rap and do their poetry and do spoken word in the community. And I know we were on a call just the other day, and the kids in the city of Tracy are saying, well, we need something like that. We need a place to go. And, you know, in Oakland, where we grew up, right? I mean, we used to have the what's the center on 82nd? We had Boys and Girls Club. So yeah, so we had some things. And so we want to continue to build and help and support you in what you're doing, right? Because these seeds that you're planting are going to be some great trees of the forest, right? I mean, so I mean, you know, and that's the blessing behind, you know, taking it. And I applaud you and your husband and your team for what you're doing and making change and making impact for social justice, but also being able to help those individuals who may be falling through the cracks, right?
Yes, yes.
So I mean,
it's so sad because I talk to kids, young people, young adults, mothers, like I said, family members, and what really broke my heart was I was handing out flyers one day at the Fruitvale Oscar Grant Bar Station, and this young guy, he said, "This is your son?" And I said, "Yes, it's my son." He said, "Oh my God, if this happened to him, there's no hope for me." And that just broke my heart again, because the kids in the inner city, they don't have hope. They are so overwhelmed with what's going on in the community violence, the impoverished neighborhoods, the city who's pouring money into building condominiums and taking money from the schools, the city who is giving grants to churches and other organizations that are not really actively pouring back into the community to help them. Like, how could they afford to buy a condo and they can't afford groceries? How could they afford to buy a condo when they go to school and they share one book per class of 30 students? How could their parents, who's working 2 jobs, who's going to work on their regular 9 to 5, and then having to go to Amazon and work, and then the kids have to rush home and see about the sibling, or they have to get another job? It's just overwhelming to see how heartbreaking it is when they talk about our communities, and the first thing they want to say is, oh, it's this crime or it's that crime. But the thing is that we need to visit all of it. We need to give them hope. We need to give them other resources. And even here in the city of Tracy, the parents work, they commute, so the kids come home. There's no real community center. The outreach, you have to pay. There's astronomical amount of money to pay after school sports. Everybody plays for that. We had Adventure Playground when we were going. We went to the portable at our school after school. They had somebody in the city come there and give out balls. You remember our kickball team, our baseball team?
Yeah.
But now they don't have that here. You have to pay for it. So while the parent is working to pay for after school sports and there's no outreach for the kids, there's no anything, and then they cut the budget, they're not pouring the money into the Boys and Girls Club, and then the Boys and Girls Club have to limit the amount of kids that can come there. They have to limit about people. We have to do better. We have to budget better, and we're going to have to take the money from the big banks, the 1%, and they're going to have to do better in giving everybody a piece of the pie.
Yeah. I have Vincent Leon is asking, like, which social platform are you using to promote your organization in these programs and marches? Have you set up a Facebook nonprofit page to help streamline your message you're trying to get across?
Yes, we have on Facebook, we have the Jeralyn Blueford Foundation. you can go there and click on the donate button and you can make a donation. You can also contact us at the Alan Blueford Foundation at gmail.com. We have a team, and someone can call you back and or email back on giving you specific information. We are a 501c nonprofit organization, so it is a tax. We will give you our tax ID number so that you can write this off, because you know my husband and I, we do this. There's plenty of time. We're a small foundation. We do a lot of work. We roll up our sleeves. We pull out our own credit card. We pull out our own money, and we do things to help people, as because we can't just sit by and allow the hurt and the pain to continue without doing it some kind of way. And
Yeah.
God makes a way. There's always someone who donates. Like, we have a toy drive every year for families who've lost their loved ones. And so on December 20th, which is Alan's birthday, 5 days before Christmas, we have a big toy drive. We give out toys and we give out groceries. And the retired NFL Players Association of the 49ers retired players. There's a lady who runs the organization, and she donates toys to us. So God always makes a way. People in the community come and drop off toys, and then we make sure that those families get the toys. We make sure those families get groceries. We do feedings. We go and give out clothes and coats and towels and blankets, especially during the winter, and especially over there on Telegraph and over there. There's so many different things. And my saying to everyone is, if each one helps one, we all can help, and everybody can get help. And so we do have a Facebook page. We do have a PayPal. We do have tax ID number. So if you want to make a donation, just go to the Alan Blueford Foundation Facebook page. You can click on the donation, or you can mail in a donation to the Alan Blueford Center for Justice at 2434 Telegraph, Oakland, California, 94513.
What was that? What was that address again? This 2434 Telegraph?
2434 Telegraph, Oakland, California, 94513.
All right. So yeah, if you're looking to donate and to help and support the cause, this is the location. And this is the location where you guys do all the events and everything happens as well, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna drop that in the chat so people will be able to contact you and reach out to you. And man, you're doing an awesome job.
I just want to say, Jeralyn, that I look up to you, and I like just hearing you talk makes me want to cry, makes me want to march, makes me want to participate. We need your voice. We need people, we need leaders like you to lead our community. Your voice needs to be heard and supported. And so, I am a big fan of yours, and I totally look up to you. And, I just commend you for all that you do. I know from firsthand how it is to have a nonprofit and pull out your credit card and, work 20 hours and not get paid for it, because we do it too. We have Uni too that helps our community as well. But we all, like you said, need to come together, and organizations, nonprofits need to come together and help each other out. I know that the Boys and Girls Club is overwhelmed, but if we had an Alan Blueford Center out here in Tracy, oh man, that would be like, that we need it. We need it. It would be heaven's
awesome. Yeah, we'd like to expand, and hopefully, you're planting seeds, and from your lips to God's ears, because hopefully one day we could have an Alan Blueford Center for Justice in all cities, for all urban areas, for all the kids, for everybody, for all the mothers, for where it's a place to help heal the community. And I can't stress that enough, that we all need to heal. And helping hearts to heal is really huge. And I feel so honored. For one, I mean, I just love you. You guys are power couple just doing it. And I would see you around, just always supporting local events, supporting nonprofits, always cheering me on, always telling me to keep my head up. And I really appreciate that. Even Eric, he would see my husband at the gym or in the passing saying, I got you, bro. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Sometimes you don't know what that day has entailed. You don't know how you're touching the lives of others. And, I do a lot of counseling because I am an ordained minister and a chaplain. So I talk with people who are suicidal. And I may have just got off of the phone with someone who is their child wants to take their life, or the young kid the mother who's fighting for her son who's in jail, and I'm trying to cheer them up and pray them through. And I see you at the gas station, and you're like, yeah, go girl. That is empowering. And one of the things, one of our annual events is it's a champion. It's called Champions of the Community. And what we do is we honor champion mothers, champion organizations, champion businesses, champion people outreach. And like, there's a lady who got an award from the Jeralyn Blueford Foundation, and she works with victims of human trafficking. There's another organization where it's called Girl Talk, and it's for women, to empower women. There's another, the Cypress Mandela Program. Even the Jeralyn Blueford Center for Justice, my co-director, I have to give her a shout out regularly. There's the Love Not Blood campaign, who's out there fighting all the time for social injustice and to help unite families of Justice United. There's the Oscar Grant Foundation, all these different foundations and all these businesses that support socially, that come together once a year. And we give them an award because, like you said, we have to uplift each other. We have to encourage each other. We have to share each other's message. And when I run into somebody who's homeless, I could call my friend up and say, hey, you got that home for human trafficking? This girl is out here. She needs you. Or I could say, call my friend Eric. He's got a job training. Call Linda. She'll help you with your resume. We have to do that, because if each one helps one, everybody gets help.
Man, each one help one.
Each one help one.
You heard that right here. Each one help one, right? Healing, and what I was thinking about when you were saying, you guys are just healing, mothers, parents who've lost loved one, but you're also building. So this healing creates building, and it helps build the community up. And so, when those of you who are listening, just remember that when you go through that healing process, now you can begin to build. And that's what Jeralyn is doing. I'm going to shift gears just for a minute. I know I really want you to talk about some jazz. What is it? Classy J Gym, right? Yes. Because that's another startup piece that you've done. And I know there's women out there who are always looking for business ideas and ways to, supplement that income. So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so I with wearing many hats, my granddaughter's best friend, her mother, young lady who has a full-time job, and I'd go pick up my granddaughter. This young lady is working on her phone, and I asked her, I said, well, what are you doing? She said, I'm a paparazzi consultant. And I said, well, what is paparazzi? She said, girl, it's home of the $5 bling. And I said, what? And so what paparazzi is, it sells ladies' accessories, men's accessories, earrings, necklaces, bracelets, hair accessories, rings, anything and everything is $5. And it's quality jewelry. So she was saying, yeah, it's really cool. You can make your own hours. It's your own business. You run your own business. You establish a your own website, and the jewelry just sells itself. And so I was like, really? So she said, yeah, just check out my website. So I go on her website and I look, and then she said, invited me to a Facebook Live. So I went to her live, and all these things, everybody was just buying. Everybody was buying. So I was like, you know, at the time, I just had started back in school to complete my chaplain program. So I need to supplement. I need to buy books and pay my tuition. So I jumped on there and I saw her selling. I said, hey, God, I need a business. You said that you would not leave me or forsake me, and you would supply all my needs. Can you please bless me? So I went and I signed up with her, and I became a paparazzi consultant. It's only $99 to start up, and they send you a kit. So I got the kit. I went, and they help you in every way. They have outreach classes. They're a supportive team. Each consultant supports the other. I went. I signed up. She helped me navigate all with the startup. Oh my God. So I was a little nervous to go online myself and try to sell, because there was a lot of people going, oh, you selling $5 jewelry? I was like, yes, you want some? But they didn't understand. And so at the time, I said, I booked my first event at a women's conference. And when I tell you, there were other ladies selling jewelry, and they were elegant something and this, I set up my $5 booth, and honey, I sold out. Those people was buying that jewelry. And from there, I went on and I started becoming doing my Facebook Live. And when I started doing the live and just getting on there, just being my regular self, and you know, I'm always gonna dance, I'm always gonna be moving around, and I had my granddaughter helping, because she started seeing me do my business and made her own business. And now she established her own business making lip gloss. But she saw my example, and we did the live, get on there. I sell out. It's really quality pieces. I have my own website. It's www.ladyjsclassygems.site. And what I did, I started using the paparazzi jewelry to encourage mothers also. So I would put $5 when I would sell out. I put $5 to the side, and I would mail a piece to a mother just to brighten her day. Mail a piece to somebody to just give them, because you know, when we look good, we feel good, and we want to feel better. And who don't like to bling? I like to. And so
I know I do.
I was sitting over there $5, thinking about 5 pieces.
Your daughter and everybody, bring them. So I mean, if you want to become a paparazzi consultant, just look. You can send me a message at Lady J's Classy Gems Paparazzi Jewelry. That's my Facebook page. I will be happy to sign you up. It is the fun. I didn't have this much fun doing work, and I worked in healthcare for a long time. But I mean, I have fun at the center, and I have fun connecting with people and putting smiles on faces. But this it gives me something also. I love pretty things. I love the show, because we have games. We have it's just fun. It's a fun job. So ladies, if you're interested in making your own business and being financially independent, because now I don't get in trouble about the credit card. I don't get in trouble because my husband, he's like, you use that credit card again? And you know, before I got my own business, now I got my own business and I'm paying my own little stuff. He'd be like, oh, and then I shoot him a few dollars. So,
oh man! So, ladies, let me tell you right now, join that, because the husbands let the women join that Lady J, because if you can get a kickback,
join the movement.
That's all good. Linda's signing up today.
Yeah, he's like, ooh, he was so surprised. I sold out. He was like, I came home, I had all these $5. He was like, what? He's like, girl. He was like, "Go on, baby." I was like, "Yes."
Yeah. So man,
I did catch your show, and I'm telling you, it's like you've been doing it for years. You're so like, it's just so I wanted to watch it, just to watch you because see, this is the other part of you that makes me like excited. So at first I wanted to cry listening to you speak, and then I wanted to march, and now I want to sell. It's something about you, girl.
Yes, that's really great. It's been a blast, and actually, I love God because it's kind of full circle. It's like I do my community work, which is empowering. I'm working as a chaplain to help heal hearts and connect and guide people to God spiritually. I do my own business, which empowers me and gives me financial independence. And it's exciting for my granddaughter and my daughter, because my daughter is like, she goes on and she's like, oh my God, I don't know to be embarrassed or to just be proud of you, Mom, because you crack me up too. So it's good. Yes. Thank you so much.
And you know what? One thing too about you, Jeralyn, is you can see the Lord in you. I mean, I could see one 9-foot angel on your left and one on your right holding you up, paving the way for you. And so I really see that, and I see your heart, and your heart is for God. And you see that in everything you do, and every word that comes out of your mouth, you hear God. You hear that, he is the center of your life. So thank you for sharing that energy with us, and that spirit of love of God with us, so I am just so grateful that you were on our show today. You touched me. So
thank you.
You touched me too, because I'm looking for them $5 bills.
Thank you so much. And, it's to God be the glory. It's to God be the glory. It's not Jeralyn. It's the God in Jeralyn. And I just have to give him all the glory and all the honor, because if it was, I'm going to just be real with you. In 2012, and this is why his word is the truth and it lasts forever, is because I was in such a dark place. Like, if you going from having a regular life, 9-to-5 job, come home to your kids, you have grandkids, you just going through, and then your life come crashing down and it's just dark. But he will bring you out of the darkness into the marvelous, marvelous light. And it ain't me at all. It is all him. And when you can rejoice in him, that's when you are knowing that he is there. And I don't want to go back to the dark place. I want to stay right here with him. It says, as long as you keep your mind stayed on him, he will keep you in a perfect peace. And I want to share my peace. And I just want to share my gratitude and thanks to you too. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. You are the new Barack and Michelle. Live stream. We get on network TV. I'm going on my page and shouting out Workvine 209 out and telling everybody, because this is a beautiful platform. And I'm so honored that you chose me to be on your show, that you just allow me to share in what's going on. And one thing, if I could just get this in before we go, as our work continues in social justice, because we don't want any more Allens. We don't want this to happen to another family. We are circulating a petition, and you can go to www.change.org. There you will find petitions not only for Allen, but Breonna Taylor, for George Floyd, for people, especially Allen. Now, I have to just get you, because we need to go, and the justice system has to let go of those police officers that are harming our community. We want to heal the community. We want to empower those who deserve their badge. And maybe just that guy can leave the department, get help someplace, find God, do whatever, but just get away where he's taking down the community and making it hard. We want to empower and uplift our communities. And once again, it's www.change.org. And we're almost to 25,000 signatures, but we want as many signatures as we possibly can, because we're going to go to the Justice Department and demand that he is not a police officer. He doesn't deserve it. He's down in Hollister, California right now. He's beat up a guy, dislocating his shoulder. When the guy started videotaping him after being pulled over, he threw and broke his phone. He did all kind of terrible things to children. On my son's anniversary, he pulled guns on some teenagers. He beat up and roughhoused another young lady, and he just doesn't deserve to have that kind of job. He needs to be taken off the force. And so I just want to make that very important, because my life work is for change. So there's no more Allens. And in the meantime, I'm going to heal the hearts, the brokenhearted. I'm going to be the vessel of God where he can use me to help other people. And I'm going to give him glory for paparazzi, because, you know, if you need a job, I got a job. I work for God, but he rewards me with my own business. So thank you for having me. Thank you for everything you're doing.
Thank you for being a part of our show. I mean, this was very powerful in a lot of different ways. You know, it was business, it was God, it was healing, it was change, it was motivational.
Yeah.
And so, you know, those who are listening, you know, and maybe you're just coming on, go in and check out the whole show. I mean, you know, we're standing for change. We're in agreement with Jeralyn. We need change in this country. There's so many things that are happening. We want to be able to support each other, build on each other, and help do what's right. Not what's wrong, but what's right. All right. And so we are here on every Tuesday, every Thursday at 2:00. This month, there's women, minority women that will be on our show on every Tuesday and Thursday for the month of July. So who do we have next Tuesday? Not sure yet, but we have someone on our show. But stay tuned, watch it, and thank you, Jeralyn, for being a part. And you have a great day.
Thank you for having me. Love you.